So hello everyone, I hope that you all are preparing for your Nabard Phase 2 exam, and when you all are preparing for Phase 2 exam, I have come up with a very important topic. As you all know, for Phase 2, we all have been there and we know what is the total syllabus of Phase 2. We all know that English descriptive answer writing, that is your paper 1, is for almost 100 marks, where essay, letter and précis is asked. Whereas if you see the subjective part, if you see MCQs as well as the subjective answer writing, it is also for 100 marks. So overall, if you think about it, just ask a question to yourself that overall, consider MCQs also and answer writing also, ARD is still for 50 marks, ESI is still for 50 marks. Then one thing, we all are being fools and we are ignoring one very important thing, that this English is for 100 marks. English descriptive is for 100 marks. So I think that this is a very important section where we can score a lot, and if you score a lot, definitely this particular one paper 1 only will be our final ticket to our selection in the Nabard Grade A Phase 2 exam. Now that is why I think that this topic has to be discussed first, and this topic is nothing but how to score 80 plus marks in your English descriptive answer writing, that is your paper 1 in Nabard Phase 2. And that's why today we will discuss in depth that how in Phase 2, if you see in paper 1, how can we get 80 plus marks. Let's discuss and let's try to understand. Look at this question. Here the cutoffs I have mentioned, and your target score has been also mentioned for English answer writing, that is your paper 1 general English, for essay, letter and précis. Now I just want to show you the structure for the students who don't know clearly. Essay comes for 40 marks for 400 to 600 words. Letter and précis comes for 30 marks each for 300 to 200 words. Now the cutoff last year for 2022 was 49 out of 100, that is 50 out of 100. But I think that one can score definitely above 80 in this particular section, and if this is true, definitely there is no force on this planet which will stop your selection in the Nabard Grade A exam. Now how to do that, we all know, that's why I have written here. Look at it, English is for 100 marks. ESI, ARD, definitely, I am not saying that ignore those, but I am also again telling you all and again making you all remember that do not ignore our general English paper. And let's try to score 80 plus today. How we are going to discuss that? Let's begin. Phase 2 combination, if you see why this answer writing has been added in our total Phase 2 selection, it's simple. Apart from objective assessment, we are also trying to do subjective assessment, and that is why essay, précis and letter has been given. यहाँ पर इन 3 क्वेश्चंस में हमको ये भी पता लगता है कि एक इंसान सोचता कैसा है, राइट? एक इंसान के पास कितना ब्रॉडर माइंड है, माइंडसेट है. Apart from that, how much thing he is aware of, and at the same time, general English or English descriptive answer writing is also to know about 2 important aspects. First is your English comprehension skill, and second is also again that how you can communicate through a specific language or specific medium. How you can do that. These 2 things also you can understand from these 3 questions. Let's now discuss in depth how 80 plus marks we have to take. We all know essay is for 40 marks, letter is for 30 marks, and your précis is also for 30 marks. First we'll jump to essay and we'll discuss how we can get. Suppose essay is for 40 marks. Now we all know if I want to get 80 plus marks, then 30 plus marks we have to get in your essay. That means we have to get more than 80-85% marks in essay. And I'll tell you one thing, it is possible. For many of the students, you will feel that what sir, it will what you are telling, 70 plus is okay, but 80 plus we cannot take. Actually, if you think from that point of view, again anything is possible. Why I am telling you again, this essay writing, précis writing and letter writing for RBI and Nabard, for these regulatory bodies, it comes in a specific way, and if you follow and practice that specific way, almost I can tell you, you will easily get 80 plus marks. There are various students who get this. Now first, for that you have to understand what is essay writing. The best definition which I have got is essay writing is nothing but a piece of writing designated to affect its reader in a manner determined by its author. बहुत सारे मार्केट में ऐसे के डेफिनेशन है, खास करके कॉम्पिटिटिव एसेस के तो बहुत अलग अलग डेफिनेशन है, बट आई फील दिस इज अ वेरी गुड ऑप्टिमिस्टिक डेफिनेशन ऑफ ऐसे. अगर मैंने किसी भी पेपर पे कोई भी एक पैराग्राफ लिखा if I am the writer, और अगर ये मैंने आपको पढ़ने दिया, if I give it to read you, and while reading that you feel and you connect, if whatever I have written, if I am getting the understanding of whatever it has been written, if I am also getting connected with whatever has been written, and at the same time whatever person is reading that, he is getting the point of view of the writer who has written the essay, if essay or the paragraph. Now if this happens, I think that whatever write-up is there, even it may be 4-liner, 5-liner, that is worth reading. Now this is nothing but your essay. Now there are various types of essay, and I don't think we should be jumping into those. Rather than that, just try to understand how we can get more marks in essay writing. To get to that how we can get 30 plus marks out of 40, first you have to understand that from where and how you can start your essay preparation, and do you really need essay preparation. Now one of the biggest myth in our phase 2 exam preparation is that कोई भी essay writing, pressy writing और letter writing की seriously preparation नहीं करता है, बस आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, और हम ऐसे राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस भी करते हैं, प्रेसी राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, सीधे प्रैक्टिस पे जंप करते हैं, पर कोई प्रिपरेशन भी नहीं करता है. सो वन थिंग आई विल ब्रिंग इट टू योर नोटिस इज दैट यू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग. दैट आल्सो विल डिस्कस हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट. Now, essay in RBI and Nabard, these are different from all the other competitive exams. Here you have to type, as I told you, and proper instructions are given for your essay in RBI and Nabard, and that is why I told you it is in a specific way. If you follow that way, you can get 80 plus marks. Right? We will also understand some essay writing essentials and do's and don'ts. The first thing to understand in an essay writing in a simplistic way, there would be many people, many platforms which will confuse you. आप बहुत सारे candidates fresher भी होंगे, या फिर even जो multiple attempts दिए हुए veteran candidates है, उनको भी कभी कभार बहुत confusion होता है कि किसका सुने, इनका सुने कि इनका सुने, कौन सा essay writing सुने. तो मैं I'll tell you a best simple solution to write a good essay. Essay writing अगर आप देखोगे, the first thing, in the basic thing what it's told to us is to decode the words from the essay topic. कोई भी essay topic दिया है, for example एक essay का topic ले लेते हैं, for example globalization के ऊपर कोई भी essay, या फिर कोई भी social maybe related to education in India, okay, maybe related to India becoming third largest economy till 2030. इसके ऊपर सपोज कोई भी ऐसे आता है, ये टॉपिक देख के everybody tries to decode the keywords. Okay, what are the keywords, what are multiple dimensions, and what happens is that we get so confused कि हम बोलते हैं कि यार मेरे पास ज्यादा डायमेंशंस ही नहीं आ पा रहे, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग मल्टीपल पॉइंट्स, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग मल्टीपल आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम्स, फर्स्ट लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट मार्केट इज सेइंग हाउ टू राइट ऐसे. जैसे जनरली जितने भी बाहर प्लेटफॉर्म्स है वो क्या बोल रहे हैं ऐसे लिखने के लिए, पहले तो कीवर्ड ढूंढो, देन एक स्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट करो, एंड ऑन अ रफ पेज और मे बी इन योर माइंड मेक अ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द ऐसे. यही सब लोग बोलते हैं. फिर आप एक प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर करने के बाद शेप द ऐसे इन द सेम वे थ्रू योर इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी एंड कंक्लूजन. इंट्रोडक्शन में जरूर ये लिखना व्हाट व्हाई, बॉडी में लिखना मल्टी डायमेंशनल पॉइंट्स डालना, राइट. देन राइट फैक्ट्स, डेटा टू सपोर्ट योर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, राइट अबाउट स्कीम्स, एग्जांपल्स इफ यू गेट इनफ information or if the topic is related to it, and then conclusion should be optimistic or on the futuristic note. ये पूरा मार्केट हमें यही हम बचपन से देखते आ रहे हैं, this is how to write essay. But what I think is that we are unnecessarily complicating it. Actually मैं क्या करूँ, see if this is your essay writing, कोई भी essay का topic आता है, simple, India becomes third largest economy in 2030. Rather than thinking about dimensions, multiple this that, simple, ask 5 to 6 or 8 or maybe even 10 questions if you are able, but minimum 5 to 6 questions related to topic. Simple. Okay. So for example, third largest economy, in that context you can ask any of the 5-6 questions. For example, what is the position of India right now in terms of economy? Okay. What are different parameters of determining the largest economy? Is India's like growth where we are heading, okay, and what are the different facts, reports related which are stating that Indian growth projectile is going to be in the same direction. Such 5-6 questions you have to frame, and then what to do, simple, on one question you have to give the answer in 3, 4 or 5, 6 lines. So what do you mean by that? Simple, suppose I am writing an essay on any topic, suppose I have 6 questions with me related to that topic. For each topic, if I write 5-6 lines paragraph, then see I am having 5-6 paragraphs these paragraphs are nothing but multiple dimensions which we were talking about, right? So unnecessarily, rather than just confusing students, this is a very good idea, and it is a very simple method. How simple is this? A 5th, 6th standard student can do this. Then structuring. Now whatever questions you have written, you shouldn't be randomly inserting questions without any logic or without any flow. Simple. The first question, suppose you are writing a essay. I will take a very basic example of an essay. Suppose you are writing an essay of your favorite fruit. Okay. So the first question would be, what is fruit? Okay. What determines your favorite fruit? And then which is your favorite fruit? Why you like that particular fruit? Right? You will not start your essay directly with the first question, why you like apple, which is your favorite fruit. No. So there should be a flow. There should be a flow as well as linkage between each of the passage. As passage is nothing but you are answering to the each questions which you had related to the topic. Now see here, if you are following this pattern, there won't be even the problem of linkages and flow. So for earlier, I also used to do randomly whatever market used to tell me, I used to write essays like this. But it will not work. Rather than that, use this. Simple, make 5 to 6 questions and make them in order, and then try to answer them. Your essay will become a very beautiful essay. Then writing. After writing a essay, writing in the sense, of course, in RBI and Nabard, you are typing there. Okay. So when you are typing there, once you type whatever the structure as well as content you are having, always remember, in essay writing, you have been given word limit. That is why keeping the content in most concise way, that matters. And when a person does this, that time he gets more marks. Okay. Otherwise, a person can write a same essay in 5,000 words also, as well as in 600 words also. So that's the difference. Then after writing or after typing, what we could say is that one step, I will give you a hint that you should be adding to your preparation as well as to your final whatever essay you are going to write in the exam. That is checks or error detection. So as you are typing here, this is not a UPSC or any type of other competitive exam essay. Here you are not writing, you are typing, and typing errors could be there, and errors could be of 3 types. First, content error, okay, then is spelling error, punctuation error, and grammatical error. So all these error can happen, and we are humans, and that is why I am recommending you, please, whatever these checks and error are there, you have to detect them. After writing an essay, give 1-2 minutes to detect those and make the changes there itself. Then observe the proportion also. One paragraph shouldn't be bigger and one paragraph shouldn't be short. There should be a proper equal spacing. Okay, सब कुछ ठीक ठाक दिखना चाहिए. There should be also decent presentation which you are having in a essay. As you are typing it, there are very limited things you could be doing on the interface. You cannot use bold letters. You cannot use sometimes maybe the highlighters, underlines, or maybe you may not have time, right? So therefore, use the basic things like spacing, then keeping the paragraphs with 5 or 6 sentences maximum, and then changing the paragraphs. So use these things so that your essay's presentation improves. And then comes whatever passage, whatever you have written, okay, essay you have written, always remember that the main thing is whatever word limit you are having. Suppose the essay is of 400 words, 600 words. Try to finish the essay within the word limit. Okay. Now we all know that 10 plus 10 minus word limit is there, but rather than that, I would recommend that you finish it within the word limit. And last thing is that always remember there are some topics which will always keep on repeating in essay. For example, we all know for RBI and Nabard, economy, social issues, education, okay, agriculture, these are some of the topics which are very important, and essay randomly comes from these topics. So prepare these topics first only. So for essay per se, you have to prepare economic and social issues static and agriculture and rural development static. And if you do that, I bet you almost you will get 60% mark here only if you prepare ESI and ARD well. So this is the main trick of the essay to get 80 plus marks. Now there are other secrets also of Nabard's essay writing. First is content. Many people think that we should have content. No. Content is the basic thing, but essay, you need something more. And what is that something more? Of course, your overall structure. How you are telling me the thing. Okay, how you are telling me the thing. For example, suppose there is a friend of yours, you go to him or her and you tell that, take this biscuit, do you want biscuit? And this is the first case. And the second case would be, suppose you go to her or him and you say that, would you mind having a biscuit? So both of the statements are different. Okay, so that's why I'm recommending you, it's better that the way in which you are writing, and the way in which you are writing is nothing but your structure, flow linkages, your typing speed also. As I told you, it should be greater than 30 words per minute. Spelling, grammatical and punctuation errors shouldn't be there in your essay. It takes a massive toll. Practicing also when you are doing, prevent the errors and increase your typing speed. And arguments and your dimensions, whatever you are mentioning in your essay, always support them by your data facts, examples. That is also very essential, and that enhances to your essay from a level to a level up. Then you can even write essay in simple language. There is a second important myth where many of the aspirants as well as platforms tell that you have to write in very fancy language. But you don't need to be a vocabulary expert. Write in simple language of give and take. This is what even I do. So write in the simple language. And most importantly, the preparation thing. How to prepare for essay? Start reading newspapers. You may read Indian Express, you may read Hindu, you may read Business Standards, Mint, or any of these newspaper, and try to also, apart from taking the content and knowledge from it, also try to understand how that particular article has been comprehended, how the writer has written it. Do you like it? There are various articles in newspaper which we have opinion which is opposite to whatever has been written, right? So suppose an article comes to you in the newspaper. You don't like that article. You are not in support of that article, right? But at the same time, you still read it, right? So that is the art of writing any article, and in the same way, you need that art for writing the essay. Understanding, analyzing, and then writing is very important. Many a times, a simple topic can come in your essay, and you can hurriedly, in hasty, just take the, just think about anything, and you can just type, and you can just finish your essay. And then you will understand that there were a lot of dimensions which you missed out. So do not hurry, do not try to just put down everything which you know, but rather than that, understand the topic, structure the essay well, and then write. And last is evaluation. Always remember, apart from writing an essay and then evaluating it, the error detection is the first stage of evaluation, and then also self-evaluation is very important. Now, this was all about essay. Now, what I think is that you should try starting practicing it. Always remember, we have started writing essays since our 8th standard or 9th standard, but still we struggle to write a good essay. इतना हम खराब essay क्यों लिखते? क्योंकि हम कभी लिखते ही नहीं है. इंग्लिश, ये जो डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर राइटिंग है पेपर 1 का जनरल इंग्लिश, ये वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ऐसी चीज है नाबार्ड फेज 2 के प्रिपरेशन एंड ओवरऑल नाबार्ड ग्रेड ए के प्रिपरेशन में, दैट इट इज वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट स्कोर गिविंग फॉर एस्पिरेंट्स एज वेल एज स्टूडेंट्स, बट एट द सेम टाइम इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट neglected practicing or neglected study which students do in their preparation. So do not neglect any of the general English descriptive answer writing. Then comes प्रेसी. अब सेम क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे प्रेसी के कंटेक्स्ट में कि प्रेसी होता क्या है. सही में प्रेसी की प्रिपरेशन करनी जरूरी है कि नहीं. डू एंड अगर इफ आई एम स्टार्टिंग माय प्रिपरेशन ऑल्सो, अगर करनी भी है अगर प्रिपरेशन, तो कब करनी है और कैसे करनी है. एंड देन कम्स हाउ डज प्रेसी कम्स इन आरबीआई एंड नाबार्ड एंड सम स्ट्रैटेजी रिलेटेड टू द सेम. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट प्रेसी इज. प्रेसी अगर हम देखें, ये एक कॉम्पैक्ट कंडेंस्ड ब्रीफ पैसेज होता है, ओके, एंड इट एक्सक्लूड्स or eliminates the unimportant information by filtration. So for example, suppose I give you 4 paragraphs of passage, and if I tell you that out of these 4 paragraphs just make me 1 paragraph, you will remove all the unwanted information and only keep important information in your Presi passage. This is what Presi means. Now, one important aspect I'll tell you, Presi is not equal to summary. Okay? Presi is something different. Presi, if you see, it is regarded as very important kind of composition because it develops one's capacity to discriminate between the essential content and non-essential content. क्या जरूरी है, क्या जरूरी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है. नाउ outline of the original passage or article, keep the abstract of the passage, selection of the most prominent phrases and sentences from the passage, and forming the chain of facts and connecting them to make the whole précis, your short passage in an organic way. That is very important when you are writing précis. If I tell you and if you ask me that what sir précis in short bata do kya hai, so précis is nothing but it is a gist of passage or comprehension mentioning all the essential points and giving a basic idea of what the passage says. It's called as précis writing. So how come it is different from summary? We are going to definitely see that. So précis writing, again some of the important facts if you try to discuss, it is nothing but you should not miss important facts which are mentioned in the passage. Take the important extract and then using that important extract, do not just copy paste it, rather try to make a short story out of it. Generally if you are given a content, précis writing, you have to make a passage which is 1/3 of the original passage. So this is what overall précis writing is. Now tips when you are writing for précis. The crux or gist of the passage, you should always give the title which is the crux or gist of the passage. Second, replication of sentences, repeating sentences again, that you have to stop. Again, whatever you are writing, it should be clear, that should be of clarity, that should have clarity, and avoiding direct speech and using indirect statements rather than using I have done it, you have done it, you have to write in third person, simple. Then is writing concisely, whatever you have written, writing it in a very short sentences as well as in most concise way. Observing proportion, like in essay, in précis also it is important, and 1/3 of the original passage has to be converted and then written as a précis. So this is the difference between précis and summary. If you see précis, it is, you could call précis is a replica or model of a particular passage, whereas summary is nothing but shortening the description of any passage. Précis is not about shortening the description. Précis is more about replicating, duplicating the passage in a very short form. Okay, so this is the only difference. And then other tip, if I tell you, the very basic simple tip is nothing but try to read the articles from Hindu and Economic Times. Small articles do come in the paper, and that is why if you do this practice, automatically you will understand that how just by taking 5-6 sentences you can make a very beautiful passage out of it. If you get the art of that, précis writing also you can score a lot. Now again I'll tell you, out of essay and letter, in both of the things, in essay and letter, you will be having some knowledge already, but in précis you are knowing it newly only for this exam, and that is why you have to prepare more for précis. Then comes your letter writing. The same questions are for letter writing, that what is letter writing, do I really need to practice letter? And I'll tell you one thing, one of the most underrated study is for letter. Everybody thinks that what is in letter, I'll go there and I'll write the letter, but this is one of the most biggest blunder students are doing. As out of essay, précis and letter is the one of the highest scoring points in your Nabard phase 2 general English descriptive answer writing. Why I'm saying it is more scoring than others? Because here you can prepare already. How? Let's try to understand. So there are two types of letters you have to understand. First is formal and informal. So you will get both of the questions, formal too as well as informal. What you have to do is that simple, follow these things. First is the format. You can get format for the competitive exams on internet. Just select the format, and for each format, for example, recite the receiver's address already. Don't try to write innovative addresses in your exam. Recite your receiver's name, address, date, everything during the preparation only. There shouldn't be a case that you are going into examination hall and you are typing something innovative or maybe a new address. No. Recite the format already. Then whatever the content is there, that also you should recite. Basic, you should do practice of 8 to 9, 10 types of letter writing, and all those letters whatever you have written, their syntax, overall syntax, जो भी आपने उसमें लिखा है वो आपको रटना पड़ेगा. For example, suppose I am writing a letter to complain to the head or the secretary of the society for the wastage which has been done or maybe not segregated into wet waste and dry waste. in our society, then definitely that syntax you have to recite. Suppose you are writing a letter, formal letter to your seniors related to negligence which has happened in your profession, again that also syntax you have to recite. So reciting here, what will give it? Simple. If you recite the format and recite the syntax, automatically you will finish the letter very quickly, and if you finish it very quickly, you will get extra time. So that is how you have to definitely use your letter writing. In letter writing, again I'll tell you, many of the people don't know it. अगर आपने ऐसे कोई भी एड्रेस या फिर जो भी ये फॉर्मेट और सिंटैक्स है वो पहले ही रट के गए, तो आपको कुछ भी एग्जाम हॉल में सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप धड़ 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 टाइप करते जाओगे. एंड दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, देयर इज वन थिंग आई विल टेल यू, एंड दीज टिप्स आर फॉर एसे ऑल्सो, प्रेसी ऑल्सो एंड लेटर ऑल्सो. Keywords is the one of the biggest tip for essay, pressy as well as letter, but mainly for essay. जितने ज्यादा कीवर्ड लिखोगे उतना आपको ज्यादा मार्क्स मिलेगा. Then, since you are typing on the keyboard, you have to practice that you are not making typo errors of spelling and grammar. You should not be showing your vocabulary skill, but stick to the basic English. And then always, whatever you are writing, write it in a pattern. For example, the way in which you are writing, always write in that format only. Give spaces after full stop. Make paragraphs after 3-4 lines, and follow that habit throughout your preparation. So overall, this was the thing. And always remember, keywords will actually help you to score a lot. अगर आपने ऐसे में अपने बहुत सारे keywords लिख के आए हो तो आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे. ये तो एक्चुअली एक बहुत बड़ा हैक है. So always do not miss on this also. So overall, if you do this and if you get above 30 marks in your essay, above 25 marks in your letter, and above 25 marks in your pressy, 25, 25, 50 and 30 in your essay, 80, and we got 80 plus marks. So this is how we discussed about it. Thank you very much, and I hope this has helped you a lot. See you next time.